We are back on Baltimore Flava Radio. Your man, Mr. Antoine, your girl V, my man Jay McGraw, the mogul.
Yes, sir.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by, I should have read that, Jose Bella Nail Liqueur. This toxin-free, lavish nail polish was created by Faye Carson. Find out more about this product at Casabel Nail Liqueur. That's LAQUER.com. Next time I'm gonna read that before. I mean, you practice that a little bit.
You went through.
Yeah, I'll pop.
Because I would have stopped.
I'll pop a little bit. Shout out to my man DJ T Money holding us down on the ones and twos tonight, and we actually have a DJ with 2 turntables. Go figure. With 2 turntables, man. We are back. Like I said earlier, man, this guy that we have up next, I consider this dude, man, a basketball legend. You can't talk about high school basketball in the city of Baltimore without talking about Dunbar. And when you go through Dunbar, you got legends like my man Muggsy Bogues, Keith Booth, Skip Wise, Reggie Williams, the late Reggie Lewis. It goes on and on and on. And you got to mention this man's name right up there with all of those guys. Give it up for my man Donta Bright in the building.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
What year you graduated from Dunbar, man?
In 1992.
1992. So
They have your band. Did they put like
92 band the national champ.
I think they have like every year some kind of championship banner in Dunbar. That's very intimidating to a lot of the opposing teams when they come in there, because it's not the biggest gym in the world. It's a nice small intimate gym, and then you just got championship banners like
it's hot
all around. It's very hot. It's
can
very
get heated.
Hot. It's very hot. I actually saw there's a movie that they filmed here in Baltimore called Love. That featured starring Carmen, and they actually
Carmen
did some
Diego
scenes
was
from,
in it. It was in the
They actually did some scenes down at Dunbar. That was real cool, man. But welcome to Baltimore Flava Radio, man. Appreciate you taking some time to come and chop it up with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. When like I said, when Last Born Ahmed hit me up with the flyer, I was like, yo, anything we can do to try to get the word out about this camp, because it's for the young people, man. And we're all about, inspiring and helping them out and making sure they got, everything that they need. So this was definitely a no-brainer, man. But before we get into the camp, man, I just want to talk about like your basketball career. Like I said, Dunbar High School. How was it playing under that legacy? Like by the time you got there, the legacy had already been set. Legendary players, legendary coaches, city championships, national championships. Did you feel any pressure to go there and kind of say, okay, I got to do my part to make sure we stay at that level?
No, because I prepared myself for that situation. I know coming out of Hampstead Hill, I wanted to go to Dunbar. So Coach Pompey and Coach Paul Holmes would come to Hampstead Hill, just check up on me just to see how I was doing. Sam Cassell to come up at Hensley Park. So Sam Cassell, he was from my neighborhood, so that was somebody I always looked up to. And I always knew about the past history of Dunbar. I always asked questions. And one time I asked my mentor, Mr. Parker, he was my substitute teacher at Hampstead Hill, but he was affiliated with by way at Dunbar. When Coach Wade took the job at Maryland, I said, well, Coach Wade recruited me to go to Maryland. He was like, what you think? And so right there, I knew that was a way for me to get out of Baltimore. Right. So when I got to Dunbar, I was a freshman, and then I had tryouts, and then I already kind of knew that I was going to be on the varsity team.
Like I was nice.
Was on the varsity team, worked my way up. And unfortunately, I was the sixth man, so I was cool with my role, just running the floor, rebounding, just helping out any kind of way that I could, and it just so happened that I was probably one of the better players as a freshman.
Yeah. Who all, you played with Keith?
Keith, my cousin.
Who else was there with you? Oh, cousins, okay. Didn't know that.
First cousin.
Okay. Who else was on that team with
Mike
you guys?
Lloyd. Yeah. And that was the 92 champion team. Cyrus Jones, he's the current head coach at Dunbar.
Okay.
And Paul Banks, he's the JV coach at Dunbar.
Wow. And you work at Dunbar.
And I work at Dunbar.
Y'all are keeping it there. That's what it is, man. You guys, man, when you went around the city to other schools, it was like rock stars, literally, coming into the city. And a lot of times, you know how teams are so good sometimes that for the other team, the game is really over before it even starts, man.
Yeah.
I get the impression that because you guys had so much talent, so much depth on that team, that probably some of your better competition was in the practices that y'all were having, and they were pretty intense.
Actually, that's correct, because the starting five with me, Diego, Paul, and Mike, and my cousin, We actually used to lose in practice against the second squad.
Wow.
To be honest, I mean, we had our practice was tough. It was very intense. You know, everybody, like you say, everybody was shooting for us. So if we could make practice harder than the game,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, it's preparing yourself before the situation. So that helped us to be able to go around to different gyms, like the Doug Pound in Southern, one of the toughest gyms I ever played in. Come up
Dog
to
Pound.
Northwestern, Lake Clifton, Southwestern. Southwestern rank is one of the tough, just like, you know, Bulldog country. But we went in with the mentality because everybody thought like them guys at Dunbar was soft, but we knew we could play. But my mentality was I was quiet. I ain't gonna say too much.
Very much so.
Mike was outspoken. He gonna let you know. Keith did it in a different way.
Mike
Diego was
let
quiet.
you know.
And Paul, he did what he did. We had to do. He was the general of the team, and we just went in. We just played together. Everybody accept their roles, and just like you
What it's
said,
about.
coming from practice,
Team.
that's what prepared us to go on the road and beat the teams we beat in '92. Even like you say, going to Hawaii, going to St. Louis, playing in Pennsylvania, playing down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know, I had the winning shot against Simon Grants, which they had Rasheed Wallace. They was ranked in the country. So, we went to St. Louis, and we just ran through that tournament in St. Louis. So it's like we wasn't no pushovers, but we just played hard, like playing against the older guys in the neighborhood, going into the urban coalition. All that stuff prepared us.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was Dunbar, and we, at one point in time, we was always to talk about we want to put our names on the banners, and you know why not? You know, go undefeated. We was talking about that during the preseason, so we knew we had to prepare ourselves for that because, like you say, guys was coming after us.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see us win but us. So it was like us against the world.
Wow, and I graduated from Walbrook in 2002, and Dunbar was always top 5 then. So that still, Dunbar is still like a legacy, I want to say, for Dunbar. To have
Right,
that.
because when you travel, everybody talk about the past. Like you say, talk about the Skip Wise, the Sam Cassells, the Reggie Williams, the Reggie Lords, the Muggsy Bogues. Because of what they did, that allowed us to perform on the stage that we did. So you never can't forget like the guys that was before you. And so, like you said, as us growing up, we got a chance to play against some of them towards the end of their career. So just the knowledge and, you know, just playing under them, just sitting down talking to them, you know, shaking their hands. And that's what I get today when I've been back in Baltimore for 2.5 years. I was gone for like 15 years. I was in Boston and Atlanta. And just when I got back, I trained the kid Marvin Price, just got player of the year from Patterson. That was my first client. We was outside in the heat. Don't nobody know that. That was my first client. Then I got a job at Northeast Middle. Then I did an after-school program at Northeast Middle. Then the kids wanted to play in the basketball tournament, but they didn't submit the paperwork in, so they stopped coming to the after-school program. So the principal let me use the gym to train, and so that's what I did.
I still have this nightmare about Sam Cassell, man. He, I think this was his junior year. They came at Walbrook, and you know, Sam, before the game, while the JV game was going on, Sam was always, you know, just somewhere off in the corner chilling. So
That's Sam.
like you walk in Walbrook's gym and you go to the bleachers all the way to the far right, all the way at the end. Sam just sat up there in the corner by himself with his headphones on, just boom, 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 boom. So when the third quarter ends and the team goes down to, you know, to get ready for their game, he came out like a monster, and he gave us like 42 that night on pretty much all jump shots. And this was like before the three-point line was even out there.
Right.
He was just sitting up there just banging them joints like his eyes was closed. So
Sam
I'm
was
like,
before his time. Sam was before his time. He was
then
one
he
of the
went on.
greats.
Yeah, shout out. And I think he's going to be a coach someday.
Real
too.
soon.
Yeah,
Real soon.
sooner than later, definitely. So after Dunbar, you made it up to UMass.
Correct.
How was that experience?
Coming off one of the top 5 high school players in 1992, then it was unfortunate that I didn't pass the SAT at the time, but I had my GPA, so I was a partial qualifier. So I had two options: go to junior college or go to a prep school, which the prep school was Maine Central Institute. That's the same prep school Sam went to, but I took the tougher road. I was like, I wanted to sit out. You know, I just wanted to just calm myself down, you know, hit the books more, and just learn. And like when you got to UMass, coming from East Baltimore, I said Amherst, Massachusetts.
That's
Now
what
it's
he
like night and day.
Yeah.
Oh, was it nice?
You know, different
Big
cultures.
man.
First time I was around Haitians, Jamaicans, Cape Verdeans. You know, we all, you know, in the school together. So that just opened me up to a lot of different stuff. And it exposed me to stuff like who's real and who's not. But at the same time, just sitting in a library with like 50 floors with all the books and stuff like that, that was like kind of amazing. But it was a little tough sitting out, but at the same time, it was needed.
Yeah.
It definitely was
a good
needed.
move.
It was a great move.
But you still went back to basketball.
I
of
went
course.
back, and
Righty.
maybe work hard, and like you say, not take nothing for granted. Because like you say, one injury, you could be done.
One thing I respect, I read in an article where you said that you kind of understood what Marcus Camby's role on the team was. You understood that he was going to be the man. He was like the All-American. He was, going to be, probably one of the top draft picks when he decided to come out. And you were humble enough to pretty much just play your role and not try to be like, I should be the man on this team, such and such and such and such.
Correct.
And a lot of young players, man, especially at that point in their career when they're trying to get to that next level, they don't understand how important it is to just put the team first and allow, the stars to be the stars and just kind of sit back, and not worry about being in the spotlight, but just playing your role for the success of the team. Is that just something that's just the way that you are naturally, or did John Calipari kind of say, look, man?
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I look at it like, when I signed to go to UMass, like you said, I was playing under a different coach. He probably seen me play like 3 or 4 times, but it was really the assistant coach, Billy Baino.
Okay.
He ended up going coaching at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. He coached Keon Clark, Tyrone Nesby, and Sean Marion. And so that was him coming from New York, being a New York guy, Caucasian, to come down to Bojangles and beat me 1-on-1. So we should just sit down and talk. Then he made a connection with my mom, which he still know my mom's name to this day. Still made a connection with my uncle, Gerald Stokes. They still talk. And now I'm Bill Baino, assistant coach for the Indiana Pacers. It was really him for the reason why I went there, and I just had that trust in him. And like I said, I respect him like a father figure, a big uncle. But Coach Cal, you get what you see.
Yeah.
He tough, he fiery, he a motivator. He helped me a lot. But at the same time, Marcus Camby, he's 7 feet, National Player of the Year. So what you supposed to do? I mean, I want to win. We win, everybody look good.
Right.
But like I said, I still can play. And it was obvious because there was one point he went down before we played St. Bonaventure in Olean, New York. And everybody was wondering about what we was going to do. They wanted to know if they was going to cancel the game. We was like, no, we're not canceling no game. Everybody stepped up. I wanted to start. I probably averaged like for 24, 25 points during the stretch he was out. But I always knew I can play.
Right.
These same guys I was beating all my life. I got better. I know they got better, but I know I'm working hard. I got a coach trying to go from UMass, trying to get somewhere. See, when you get to college, it's more like a business. And that's the part, everybody forget. You got to get what you're going to get out of it. And like I said, I don't regret anything. I had a great run. UMass was, everybody was like, why you go to UMass when you could have went to Ohio State? I wanted to go somewhere where I was going to develop and I wasn't going to be recruited over.
Yeah.
And see, like you said, I had a great career there. Yeah.
And y'all came back here and smashed Maryland down at the ring.
Yeah,
I like Coach Cal, man. I'm a diehard, Kentucky fan
I'm a
because
Kentucky
he's there,
fan,
man,
too.
and I'm still hurting.
I'm loyal.
I'm still hurting from last weekend's that last minute shot that the dude hit, just because they had that game, man. They fought so hard to come back, man. So yeah, let's get into.
Before you get there, you said when you talk a lot of times when you was talking offline, you was talking a lot about preparation. Like how do you mentally prepare yourself for the career that you had?
Well, first and foremost, it's going to be criticism. Being that I was Donta, probably had a big name. And like you said, we was like rock stars in Baltimore. Even we was going out of town, our name face was on billboards. We had big articles. So it was just that bullseye on Dunbar. So first and foremost, you gotta check your character. Because like you said, everywhere you go, everybody know you want the Dunbar products. And then for like on the court, you just gotta go out there and just prepare yourself for the game. You gotta go out there and do the things that you're not good at. You gotta master that, and the stuff that you're good at, you still gotta train for that, because like you say, guys are coming every day because you got Dunbar on your back. You had 3 All-Americans on one team. So that was just a target in itself. Everybody wanted to beat down a big dog. And like you say, you gotta be mentally tough. That don't mean you go out there, you fighting, physically fighting, trying to hurt somebody, but you're not backing down.
Right.
You got to just keep pushing. Somebody going to break, but if you prepared yourself in practice, you already know you've been through that. Like I said, we used to lose 5-on-5 matches with the second team. Then the one-on-one battles was that we was fighting, me and Michael Lloyd. You can't talk about Donta without Michael Lloyd.
Dope.
I say that all the time because when we used to go out of town, we played for DC players. We didn't play with no AU team here. So go out of town, I used to be like, Michael Lloyd, like, why you not like Michael Lloyd? I'm like, that's just him. You know, that's just him. He's hyper. If you take that away from him, you don't have no Michael Lloyd. Yeah. I couldn't go out there and jump around like a Michael Lloyd because that wasn't me. I'm gonna play at my speed and my pace.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to be. Rules.
And Mike was deep at every game. If Mike had a problem, boy, the stands was going.
You played down Bochecks?
That's where I grew up at.
Man, look how tall you. You probably dunked on many people because Bochecks is not.
But that's where, like you said, that's where you get that grit from.
Yeah.
That's where you get that grit from, playing on the blacktop.
Right.
I'm from, like they say, I'm from up the hill. I'm up there from Carlton Square, Patterson Park, and Preston. Then we moved down to Patterson Park and Madison Street. So
you played at the Dome, Bochecks,
the Dome, won championships everywhere. Chick Webb. Yeah, I'm currently coaching at Chick Webb. We got a 10U AU team that we just started. We came back, making a lot of progress.
Congrats.
Thanks.
On everything.
All right, man, let's get into this DB33 skills camp, man. Sponsored by the JPI Group. You got Rodney Elliott out there. You got Dietrich Williams, my man Johnny Grimes. That's going to be running from April the 10th through the 14th, 8 a.m. at Dunbar High School. Talk a little bit about the camp and what you're doing with it.
Oh, yeah, I decided, that I sit down and talk with Mr. Greg Branch, and he's also a part of this, Dale Talley, whole foundation. I went on his foundation, tried to give his camp, trying as a way to just give back to Dunbar. Like you said, just to let people know that I'm back here. So I'm trying to serve the youth, try to feed them all the information that was fed to me during my travels. Because, like you said, if I didn't come to do it, who would do it? So I just wanted to be somebody to just step up. And it's not just me. There's a whole host of other guys that's out here doing the same thing, doing a tremendous job. I salute them too. So we went to the principal, like I said, because I work in there. When I got the permit, we had the insurance and everything. So she went on, I'm going to give some money back to the school to try, for some computers, scholarships, and stuff like that. Because it's big. Like I said, I had an opportunity to get out. I didn't have to pay to go to school. Right. So I know it's tough. Like, I'm from East Baltimore. Yeah. It's real. It's real up in a lot of places. It ain't not. It's real in Baltimore. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. And I'm just, like you say, being back here, giving this camp and showing the kids. Like you said, you can talk to me. You can come out. I can show you the type of skills that you needed to progress. I'm not saying you're going to get a scholarship. You might just want to make your club team, your high school team. You might just want to use that just to get in shape, to clear your head because you don't know the situation is going to the next person's household. Yeah. That basketball court is my sanctuary. It saved me.
Right. So what are the ages for the camp?
Ages 8 to 14, both boys and girls. It doesn't matter the skill level.
I was about to say
it doesn't matter the skill level.
Okay. And you still taking registrations? Up
until April the 10th.
There it is.
So what's gonna talk a little bit about exactly what you guys are going to be doing, like from the time that the kids arrive until
we're gonna have guest speakers. Like the first hour, we're just going the first day is gonna be more like a meet and greet for the first hour. Just let them kids know what type of structure activities we're going to have. We're going to have different stations, up to 12 or 13 kids at a station, probably for 40 minutes at a time. One station might be ball handling, one station could be a conditioning station. One station could be know how to V-cut off the wing to get open. One station could be post play, one station could be ball handling. So once me and the coaches, we sit down and we're going to get 2 or 3 different drills that we're going to do and just have the kids rotate the stations. We're going to have Y-Stop, CEO, Aaron Cottrell, he's going to stop by and show the kids some technique for us with football, footwork, different cardio exercises. He's great. He's up and coming. And so I seen a couple of his videos, and it just blew my mind. So, we sat down and we talked. And, like I said, he know about my camp, so he's going to come through. We're going to have Keith Booth. He's my cousin. He's assistant coach at Loyola. He's going to come through talk about basketball. So for that week, it's going to be so much coming at you. So my thing to the kids is take 1 or 2 things, incorporate that in your game. It might not be something we did on the court. It could be just some words somebody said. Right. Like you said, you don't know what the next kid going through, the next person going through.
This is great. This is awesome. Congratulations.
And I'm glad you touched on just the reality of how it is in Baltimore. I'm born and raised. I done probably lived in just about every part of the city you can live in, except for like South Baltimore. Like, give a positive message to any young people that might be watching, man, that might not have the skills to make it on the basketball court, and might feel like they gotta, take some penitentiary chances or just do whatever, to try to get out and, get something.
My thing is, I stuck with basketball. I'm not an artist. That's just not me. I'm not a construction worker. Like I said, it's something that you got, just stick with it and just gotta just keep pushing and wait till that door open. Just why stop? Never give up.
Yeah. That's dope.
And one thing I wanted to touch on, I did a little bit of homework, man. But I read an article about how it was just important to you, like your mom was your inspiration to kind of stay on the right path. Talk a little bit about that.
I'm my mom's only boy. First person in my family household to go to college.
And that boys.
That's right.
And it just was the bond she had. I seen, like, when I was going up to fight, like I said, I didn't have a lot coming up. Actually, my first week of school, I wasn't going to go if it wasn't for Coach Pompey. You leave in middle school, you want to have some stuff too. You want to have fresh kicks and stuff like that. But, my mom couldn't afford it, and I seen how hard she used to work. And so, I told Coach Pompey, like, I'm not coming to school like this. It's more like, I want to be in school, but, it's peer pressure.
Yeah. Right.
You Donta Bright.
Every kid go through that.
And I know that early on, it's like, I decided just to, like, stay in my own lane and just keep fighting, just keep pushing. Yeah, I hung in areas where I know I shouldn't have hung at, but at the same time, Miss Baltimore said, well, she going to hang at after you finish playing basketball. Hung with guys, like you said, have cops come knock on my door. You can't be here. You can't be there. Where you want me to hang at? I never been locked up. I never did nothing illegally. I got out of here. I went to college. I played ball overseas for 10 years. I seen so much, so much. Now, like you said, I'm back here feeding the information that was fed to me. Like you said, everybody might not take nothing I say, but somebody gonna take it. If that one person take it, they're gonna help somebody.
Each one.
And that's the biggest thing.
That's a salute to you for that, man. And rest in peace to Coach Pompey, too,
rest in peace, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Before we let you get out of here, let everybody know, again, all of the information that they need about the skills camp.
Yep, DB33 Skill Camp is going on spring break, April 10th, April 14th at Dunbar, age group 8 to 14. You can contact me at brightdonta@gmail.com, or you can call me on my cell, 410-831-4478.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
Yes.
Still taking registrations.
We're going to bring V up there and run her through some drills.
Oh, I can run. I used to play basketball. Don't get it twisted. I play basketball. I'm all
And shout out to all of the coaches and anybody that's coming through to help them with that basketball camp, man. Salute to you guys, man. Anytime.
So parents, you want your kids to do something on spring break?
Right, exactly.
Make sure you sign them up.
Exactly.
Especially because the camps nowadays is charging $800 or more just to get you enrolled. So $150, that's not a lot at all. Maybe we can sponsor
Especially for the
a kid.
information.
I thought about that.
Maybe we can sponsor a kid,
Might be
Jay.
able to do that.
What you think?
We're going to talk off
I got to sponsor my first one first.
That's what it is, but man, we definitely appreciate you coming out, man, and just salute to you for, coming back and just giving, back to the young people and all of the stuff that you're doing, man. Anytime you need us to, to come on and talk about whatever you're doing in the future, just let me know, man. Definitely.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Let's give it up for my man, Mr. Donta Bright, y'all. Baltimore Flava Radio. Let's see. Again, PLF Salon presents Evolution, the hair show, Sunday, April the 23rd, 2017, at the Best Western Hotel, hosted by Little Mo and Just Hilarious, with music by DJ Imagine. For tickets and information, you can contact evolutionhairshow.com or contact Ronnie at 443-219-4585. That's 443-219-4585. Shout out to everybody that's checking us on Facebook Live. And also, if you want to call in and holler at us, the number is area code 404-436-1277. We're going to turn this back over to DJ T Money. This is Baltimore Flava Radio, radioonfire.com.